Are you tired of running city maps all day long? Try this instead. So, this farm is going to be focused around farming Fracturing Orbs, and this is very simple to do. It doesn't take much setup at all in the first place. So, how do we farm our Fracturing Orbs? We look for our corrupted zones. Once we find our corrupted zones, we head to the middle, we cleanse the zone, and then you'll see a bunch of maps that spawn with this cleanse modifier on them. And then these are the maps that can drop the fracturing orbs in them. To boost the chances of us getting the most out of these maps, how we are going to juice them is by adding as many map mods onto our maps as we can in the first place. The good thing about this farm is we don't use any of the omens for rolling our maps. Our maps are simply rolled by using Alk and Exalts, and we evolve them afterwards. The reason we evolve them afterwards is because we're looking for 8 mods. 8 mods is the most important thing for our maps that we look for. So the type of, it doesn't matter what mods are on the map in the slightest. We don't care about anything on them. All we care about is that there are 8 mods, so we get the most out of it. And the things that we run on our tablets are going to be only one mod that is actually important on this is the map has 2 or 1 additional modifier. Those are the most important things on these tablets. The rest of these mods don't matter in the slightest. So we're only really looking for one mod. If you wanted to add an extra mod onto these tablets, any generic juicing will work. So effectiveness, rarity, monster rarity, anything along those lines will also be good if you wanted to add it onwards. The reason we're using one Overseer tablet, one Irradiated tablet, one Delirium tablet is because we are running Hilda for these maps, for the cleanse zones, and we are taking Hilda because she boosts the amount of rares and the monster modifiers on the rares. She is probably the best out of this one, and as well because of the extra effect on the tablets for each different one, and because we're using 3, we get the full bonus out of this. There is other options for masters that you could use. You could use Doriani for more generic scaling, but from my testing, I think Hilda's the best because of the effects of the tablets. You end up running extremely high modded maps, which can be quite rippy, so if your character is not able to run them, I would suggest maybe looking for 1 extra modifier on the tablets instead of 2. Not only would it be cheaper, it would probably give you similar results, with obviously slight variance in the maps. There is some of these maps here that do have the deli on them, the deli fog. The deli fog is not important. The reason it's not important is because it's kind of hard to spread the deli fog onto the cleanse zone unless you're doing all the maps around it to increase the chances of it, which I'm not doing. So what I usually end up doing is once I cleanse the zone, I put the delirium on it. If the delirium fog spreads to all the maps, then great. If it spreads to only 1 map, 2 maps, 3 maps, that's fine, whatever. It doesn't matter. Honestly, it just, if it's there, it's there. It's a nice bonus. If it's not there, it really doesn't make that much of a difference. As well with this, all of these tablets here are extremely cheap to buy, so they're extremely cheap to get started on this farm. Like I said, we're only looking for the 1 modifier as it is. Anything else is really a bonus. The only one of these tablets that is expensive if you're looking for the 2 mods for effectiveness and extra map mods is the Irradiated one. With these 2 mods alone, it's about 12 to 14 divines. If you get rid of the effectiveness, it becomes 3 divines for just the extra map mods, making it super cheap. Both of these as well with the rolls I think are about under 3 divs, maybe under 2 divs even for each of them. So all in total, you are probably paying, if you're just looking for the mod, the extra map mod, you're probably paying, I don't know, 4 or 5 divines total for these tablets, and that makes it extremely cheap to make your money back on these. For the Atlas setup, there isn't really much of a change that we would do that would affect this farm in any way. The only thing that will kind of help it from time to time is the summoning circles. So because we're running the Overseer tablet in every map, we want to run, or we want to summon the summoning circles because they have a chance of dropping the fracturing orbs. As well, it is quite a low chance, so if you wanted to do this you can, but a 5% chance is very, very low. I wouldn't put too much focus on it. If you wanted to go with any of the other ones like Rogue Exiles, Essences, feel free to do that. it is an extra option if you wanted to do it, but it's just the 5% chance is very low. I wouldn't worry too much about it. Also, another good thing about this farm is because we have so many map mods that are actually on our maps, we drop an insane amount of currency. It's not just Fracturing Orbs that we're looking after. If we're able to get, well, we drop a bunch of other stuff like Divines, Annuls, Chaos, Perfect Chaos, it makes it a lot better because there's so many map mods on it that we're getting the bonuses of all the map mods. So like the item rarity, the monster rarity, the effectiveness, everything is getting scaled on top of that because of the amount of mods that we have on the actual maps. So in conclusion, over the last like day and a half of me doing this farm, I haven't been playing much because I'm focusing on getting ready for PoE 1 to 3.9 League. We dropped 28 Fracturing Orbs in the last, like I said, about day and a half, so that's probably only like a couple hours of playtime, because I haven't really been doing much, like I said. But even then, with 28 Fracturing Orbs that we have dropped in that space, that time, that is over 300 Divines. So if you were doing this all day long, you could easily make, I've seen upwards of 3 Divines per map, or 3 Fracturing Orbs per map drop, which is like, what, 30 to 40 divs give and take on the price range, depending on if their Fracturing Orbs are up or down, which is quite a lot for very little effort and low investment. You do need somewhat of a decent character to run this, but I mean, we're pretty much at the end of the league for a lot of people that are getting ready for 3.29. If you wanted to try this farm before that league comes out, and if you're tired of city maps, I would definitely give it a try,